Angus Reid recently released data on faith in Canada, and here's what we've learned about men from this study. About 8% of men in Canada would call themselves an evangelical Christian. However, over 70% of the men in this country would align themselves with some type of a Christian tradition. While a strong number have some type of Christian background in their life, over 80% of men in Canada rarely, if ever, attend a church service each year. The good news, though, from this study is that 43% of men in Canada say that they wish they had a closer relationship with God. So, here's the challenge for us as leaders. Here's the challenge that you and I are facing. Men are not connecting or participating in the life of the local church. This means that if our men's ministry strategies are built to focus on the men only in our churches, we're trying to reach a shrinking audience. So, how can your ministry to men reach men who are not a part of your congregation currently? First, you need to build a culture of multiplication in everything you do in your ministry to men. For every men's event that you're planning, there is a need to consistently repeat the message to your men. Who are you bringing with you to this event? They may not bring anyone, but you need to keep in front of their minds and in front of their hearts the need to consistently be investing in the lives of other people. Second, consider how the impact event that you do each year as part of your blueprint framework is going to help you get men to reach those who are not yet believers. Take some time in your impact event and plan an event that Christian men would want to bring their non-Christian friends to be a part of. Third, carefully consider your follow-up strategies to each of your events. If your church happens to run an alpha program or some other type of ministry for people who want to learn more about faith, then make sure that after your events, you point men to those opportunities. In your man-to-man path for follow-up, consider having men's groups that will help you talk with non-church men in a non-church language way. In your Men in Action path for follow-up, consider having Christian and non-Christian men have opportunities where they're working together on special projects or activities. Fourth, you need to get out of the church building and into your community. Talk to Christian business leaders who are part of your church and challenge them to consider just how they could be intentional about discipleship of men who happen to work for them in their business. The PK at Work ministry program is specifically designed to help these kinds of Christian business leaders do just that in discipling their employees. Maybe you have enough members on your team to develop a blueprint framework that is just aimed at reaching non-church, non-Christian men, in addition to the strategy that you have for men who are a part of your church. Promote what you're doing in the newspaper or other places where men gather. Remember, when Jesus said, "Go and make disciples," he literally meant the word "as you are going." In whatever you are doing, go and make disciples. As part of its DNA, the life of the disciple of Jesus is about passing the faith on to others. The faith is not ultimately about ourselves, it's about passing it on to our children, to our grandchildren, and to those who do not yet know Jesus. There are over 7 million men in Canada who say they want a closer relationship with God. So what are you doing to intentionally reach those men?